The Grand Council Hall was never silent, but today the silence felt heavy and sharp, like cold metal pressed against the skin. Every alien leader in the room stared at the giant screen at the center, unable to believe what they were seeing. Bright flashes of fire, human ships burning, an outpost exploding in space. The recording ended with static, and for a moment no one moved. It felt like the entire galaxy was holding its breath. Rollin, a young analyst with shaking hands, replayed the footage again. He wished it was a mistake. He wished the video was fake. But it was not. The same terrifying scene filled the screen again. Unknown alien ships firing at a human listening post near the edge of human territory. Humans never got attacked first. No species was foolish enough to try. Everyone in the galaxy knew humans grew stronger, smarter, and more dangerous every time someone threatened them. The council members looked at each other with wide eyes and pale faces. They knew what this meant. If humans believed the council attacked them, the humans would not ask questions. They would not wait. They would come with full force. And humans never came alone. They came with fire, metal, strategy, and something more frightening than all of that, determination. One of the elders finally whispered, "This is impossible. Who would dare attack Earth or any human outpost? Who would invite human anger?" No one replied. No one wanted to be the one to say the truth aloud. Someone out there wanted war. Rollin swallowed hard and checked the data again. Something didn't make sense. The attacking ships were fast, advanced, and well armed. But the energy signature under the weapon's fire looked familiar. Almost too familiar. His heart jumped. It looked like old council technology, very old, long before he was born. It had been retired and destroyed many years ago. Why was it showing up in an attack now? Before he could say anything, the lights in the hall flickered. A low alarm sounded. All communication lines dropped for 3 seconds before returning with corrupted data. That had never happened before. Someone was blocking their systems. Someone did not want them to find the truth. Without warning, an emergency alert flashed red across the screen. Human retaliation forces detected. Fleet mobilization confirmed. A wave of panic swept through the hall. Voices rose. Hands slammed on tables. Some leaders shouted to prepare defenses. Others shouted to evacuate the council planet. Others begged to contact Earth and explain. But no one could. Every channel was jammed. Rollin felt the air grow colder. Humans were fast. Faster than any other species expected. They had already started moving. If they believed the council attacked them, then war was already coming. "Check origin of attacking fleet," someone shouted. Rollin tried. The data was scrambled. Someone had erased identification, but the more he dug, the worse his fear grew. The ship designs were modified versions of old council destroyers. Someone had taken old council tech, upgraded it, and used it to attack humans. Someone wanted the humans to believe the council was responsible. A quiet voice rose from the shadows of the hall. "Whoever did this, they want us destroyed." Before anyone could ask what that meant, another alert appeared, this one even more shocking. Unregistered fleet detected near council border. Everyone stared at the screen. The fleet was large. Too large. It had no official markings. No identification. It positioned itself between the humans and the council. Whoever commanded that fleet was waiting for something. Rollin zoomed in on the transmission. For a moment the screen glitched. Then a dark figure appeared. The face was hidden behind a mask. The voice was distorted and cold, filled with amusement. "Let humans think it was you," the figure said, laughing softly. "Let them come. Let them burn everything. It will be beautiful." The screen went black. No one breathed. Rollin felt a chill run down his spine. This shadow figure had access to advanced ships, old council tech, and human codes. That was impossible. No group in the galaxy should be able to do this. Unless they wanted to start a war so big that no one would survive it. A war that would wipe out humans and the council at the same time. A council member slammed their fist on the table. Who is this? Show yourself. But the figure was gone. More alarms sounded. Human fleet acceleration detected. Estimated arrival, soon. Very soon. Maybe hours. Maybe less. Roland tried again to open communication channels to Earth, but every time he pressed the command, the screen flickered. Someone was blocking them deliberately. Someone wanted the humans blind with anger. Someone wanted the humans to believe the council was guilty. Roland looked around the room. No one had answers. Everyone was afraid. Everyone felt the same cold truth forming in their minds. This attack was not just a strike on a human outpost. It was a trap. A trap designed with perfect timing, perfect planning, and perfect cruelty. Outside the large windows of the Grand Council Hall, the stars looked peaceful, quiet, and far away. But Roland knew peace was over. Something dark had moved in the shadows of the galaxy. And it was coming fast. Panic spread through the council hall like fire. Everyone talked at once, voices rising, hands shaking. Some leaders blamed each other. Some blamed humans. Some blamed the unknown fleet. But no one had answers. No one understood who wanted this war. Roland tried to stay calm, but his heart was beating too fast. The humans were coming, and nothing could stop them. He knew what humans did when someone attacked them. They answered with strength. They answered with power. They answered with fury. He opened the communication panel again, hoping it would work this time. But the screen stayed dark. Lines of code ran by themselves. Someone had locked them out from inside. Someone was controlling their systems. Then a new message appeared blinking in red. Human fleet estimated arrival, 9 hours. 9 hours. That was nothing. That was a breath in galactic time. The council members turned pale. A few collapsed in their seats. Even the oldest elder, who had seen 2 wars and survived 5 assassinations, whispered, "We are not ready. We cannot face them." Roland replayed the attack video again, slowly this time. He zoomed into the enemy ships. Pieces of metal looked familiar. Engine parts were almost identical to old council destroyers. He checked the weapon fire again. The energy signature matched council energy cores, ones that had been retired long ago. He felt his mouth go dry. Someone stole council tech. Someone used it to frame them. Someone wanted humans to believe the council attacked first. He swallowed hard. There had always been rumors of a rogue group hiding in forgotten parts of the galaxy. A group called the Shattered Star. Some said they were dead. Some said they were ghosts. Some said they were a myth. But the symbol found earlier, the broken star, was real. Too real. Roland had seen that symbol only once before, in a restricted archive file that was supposed to be deleted. The symbol was tied to a group that had one goal: destroy all major powers and rebuild the galaxy under their rule. If they were alive, then this attack was only the beginning. A sudden tremor shook the council hall. Everyone stopped talking. The lights flickered again. A loud mechanical thud echoed from outside. The defense shields activated without command. "Why did the shields activate?" someone shouted. Roland checked the logs. No one had turned them on. The system did it automatically. A new warning appeared: unknown scans detected inside council space. Everyone froze. Whoever was behind the attack was not done yet. They were watching the council. Studying their response. Tracking every move. Roland stepped toward the main console and opened a hidden diagnostic tool. Only analysts knew how to access it. The data shocked him. A foreign signal was inside their network, reading files, copying maps, blocking messages to Earth. Everyone waited for him to speak. "There is a shadow signal inside our systems," he said quietly. "It is not human. It is not council. It is something else." The room fell silent. "And it is learning," Roland added. A few leaders gasped. A few backed away from the screens as if the data could attack them. Suddenly, the main lights shut off. The hall went dark. For a moment, the only sound was heavy breathing and distant alarms. Then the giant screen flickered back on, showing a strange burst of static. Everyone stared. The masked figure who laughed earlier reappeared. This time, the voice was clearer, almost amused. "You cannot stop what is coming," the figure said. "Humans will rage. You will panic. And we will rise from your ashes." Roland felt a chill spread down his spine. The masked figure leaned closer to the camera. "Do not try to reach Earth," the voice whispered. "We jammed every path. Humans will only hear silence from you. And silence always means guilt." Then the screen turned black again. No one said a word. Not a breath. Not a whisper. Even the machines felt quiet. Roland looked at the other council members. He saw fear in their eyes, but also something else. Something more dangerous. Helplessness. Humans were coming. The rogue faction wanted two giants to destroy each other. And the council was stuck in the middle with no way to explain, no proof to show, and no time left. Roland clenched his fists. If they could not talk to humans, they had only one choice: find the rogue faction before humans arrived. If they failed, the galaxy would fall into a war bigger than anything in history. And everyone knew one truth. Once humans entered a war, they never left it unfinished. The council hall felt smaller now, as if the walls were closing in. Roland could feel the fear in the air. It was thick, heavy, and it sat on everyone's shoulders. They had only 9 hours before the human fleet arrived, and every second felt like a punch in the chest. A new message blinked on the main screen. "Human Vanguard Fleet, formation complete." Roland stared at the words. The Vanguard Fleet was not normal. It was the fleet humans used when they wanted something done quickly. When they wanted answers. When they wanted justice. No one survived their arrival unless humans allowed it. A council member whispered, "They will destroy us before we can explain." Another replied, "We must find the real enemy. If we fail, humans will think we are guilty." But the problem was bigger than guilt. Someone had used old council technology to attack humans. Someone wanted both sides to burn. Roland took a deep breath and opened the hidden satellites database. Something strange appeared. A faint signal, moving fast, coming from the dark side of a moon near council space. It was almost invisible, like someone was trying hard to hide. But not hard enough. "It's a trace," Roland said. "A trace of the rogue fleet." The room tensed. This could be their only chance. The council quickly formed a small undercover team. If a large group went, the enemy would see them. Only a small group could track the signal and find the truth. Roland was chosen, even though he was just an analyst, because he understood the tech better than anyone. He didn't want to go. But he also knew no one else could do it. Minutes later, Roland and a small crew boarded a silent stealth ship, built for hiding, not fighting. The ship slipped into space like a shadow, leaving the council planet behind. As they approached the dark moon, Roland felt the pressure growing. The moon was cold, covered in black dust, with deep cracks like old scars. No lights. No signs of life. Nothing that looked suspicious. But the signal was coming from there. Stronger. Closer. The ship landed in a small valley. The team stepped outside, their suits glowing faintly in the darkness. The moon felt wrong. Too quiet. Too still. As if something was watching them. A few minutes of walking brought them to a giant metal door buried under the ground. It was old tech, rusted and damaged, but still active. Rollin entered a code. The door opened with a deep echo. Inside was a huge underground base. A secret base. One built with stolen council metal and stolen human parts. Rollin felt his chest tighten. This was proof. This was everything. But the worst part was inside the hangar. Rows of ships. Ships that looked like council ships. Ships that looked like human ships. Ships built to confuse, to mislead, to start a war. This is their factory, Rollin whispered. Suddenly, they heard a cough. The team turned. A wounded alien soldier lay against the wall, wearing the mark of the shattered star. He was half conscious, bleeding, but still alive. Rollin rushed over. Who attacked the humans? Who is leading this? The soldier laughed weakly, as if the truth amused him. You will all burn, he whispered. Humans will burn. Council will burn. And from the ashes, we will rise. Why? Rollin asked. Because the galaxy is weak, the soldier replied. Because power belongs only to those who can take it. Before he could speak more, a sharp alarm rang in the base. Rollin froze. Someone had activated a remote detonator. A bomb. A huge one. The walls began to shake. Dust fell from the ceiling. Metal screeched. The base was going to blow, and fast. The team grabbed Rollin and ran. They barely made it to their ship before the entire moon surface exploded behind them, throwing fire into space. Inside the ship, alarms blared. Rollin struggled to breathe. The base, the ships, the evidence, everything was gone. Burned. Destroyed. But something else was even worse. The explosion logs showed the detonator signal came from inside the council's own network. Someone inside the council. A traitor. A spy. Rollin stared at the screen, feeling dizzy. This was bigger than he imagined. The humans were coming. The rogue faction was already moving. And now the council had a traitor helping the enemy from the inside. The ship sped back toward the council world, engines burning at full power. They had less than 9 hours left. And the galaxy was running out of time. The council planet looked calm from orbit, but Rollin knew the truth. There was nothing calm below. The moment the stealth ship landed, alarms echoed everywhere. Leaders ran across the halls, voices filled with fear, screens flashing new warnings every second. Human ships were still approaching. Closer. Faster. Rollin and the undercover team rushed into the council hall. Everyone turned toward them with hope and fear mixed in their eyes. Did you find anything? A leader asked. Rollin could barely breathe. Yes. The attack was planned. The ships were built in a hidden base. Someone used old council tech and human tech together. Someone wants war. Gasps filled the room. But Rollin wasn't finished. And the detonator that destroyed the base, it came from inside the council network. The hall went dead silent. Every council member stared at each other. Suspicion filled the air like poison. Anyone could be the traitor. Anyone could be sending information to the enemy. Rollin opened the ship's data logs and projected them onto the giant screen. Lines of code scrolled quickly. Hidden messages. Secret access points. Someone had been sabotaging them for months. Then the code froze. One name highlighted itself. A high-ranking elder. The hall exploded with shouting. He was loyal for 30 years. He cannot be the traitor. Check again. He sent the detonator signal. Guards dragged the elder forward. He looked calm. Too calm. As if everything happening was part of a plan he already understood. Rollin stepped closer. Why did you do it? The elder smiled slightly, not with kindness, but with victory. The galaxy needs fire to grow, he said. Humans and the Council have ruled too long. It is time for a new order. You joined the Shattered Star, Rollin said quietly. I helped build them, the elder replied. And soon, they will rule everything. Before anyone could react, the elder pressed something in his hand. A small device. Rollin moved fast, grabbing his arm, shouting for the guards. They forced the device away. Rollin examined it. It was a signal disruptor, one that could block every message they tried to send to humans. The traitor was making sure humans stayed angry, blind, and ready to attack. He was jamming our communication to Earth, Rollin said. He made sure humans heard nothing from us. The council members panicked again, voices rising. If humans cannot hear us, they will think we are preparing an ambush. They will attack immediately. And then, the room shook. Not from panic. From something else. A deep vibration ran through the floor. Lights trembled. Holograms flickered. The entire council hall vibrated as if something enormous had entered orbit. Rollin felt his heart stop for a second. The human fleet had arrived. An officer ran inside, shouting loudly enough to shake the council. Human warships exiting hyperspace. Thousands of them. Their formation is tight. Very tight. The council members rushed to the observation window. Outside, the dark sky lit up with blue flashes. One after another, massive human battleships appeared, unfolding from hyperspace like metal giants waking from a dream. The size of their fleet was shocking. Too many ships. Too much power. Humans weren't just responding, they were ready for full war. The largest ship moved to the front. The human flagship. Its weapons were online. Try contacting them, a council member shouted. We can't, another replied. The system is still jammed. Rollin stared at the captured traitor. You didn't work alone. Someone else is still jamming the signal. The elder laughed softly. You are too late, he said. Humans will fire first. And then the galaxy will break. The council guards dragged him away, but his laughter echoed in the hall like a curse. Outside, the human flagship charged its cannons. Bright energy gathered at its front, glowing like a rising sun. Someone whispered, if they fire, we will not survive. Rollin felt time slow. He needed a way to show the humans the truth. Fast. Without using blocked communication lines. And then an idea came to him. A crazy idea. A dangerous idea. But maybe the only chance. We need to broadcast the traitor's confession openly in space, Rollin said. Not through channels. Not through networks. Direct transmission. Wide beam. Unfiltered. That is risky, a commander said. What if humans see it as a distraction and fire anyway? They might, Rollin admitted. But if we do nothing, they will destroy us. Everyone looked at each other. They had minutes. Maybe less. The human fleet shifted again, positioning for attack. The council activated the wide beam transmitter. Rollin held the confession file in his hands. He hesitated only for a moment. Then he pressed the button. The confession shot into space, visible to every ship, every scanner, every human eye. Now there was nothing they could do but wait. And hope humans listened. The wide beam transmission shot into space like a bright flare, stretching across the dark sky, reaching every scanner on every human warship. The council hall went silent. No one moved. No one breathed. Everyone waited for the humans to react. Outside, the human flagship held its position. Its cannons, glowing with bright energy, were still locked on the Council planet. One command, 1 second, would turn the entire world into dust. Roland felt sweat drip down his back. His heart beat so loudly he thought others could hear it. If humans misunderstood the message, if they saw it as a trick, it would all be over. The summary execution of a planet. A piece of history erased in a flash. The first human response appeared on their screen. No words. No message. Just a single code. A human verification code. They were watching. Roland quickly expanded the confession feed, showing the traitor, the detonator, the hidden base videos, the stolen ships, and every piece of truth they had. Everything was displayed openly in space. Minutes passed. Long minutes. Heavy minutes. None of the human ships moved. Not forward. Not back. Not even a weapon shift. They stayed still like a silent metal wall stretching across the stars. Then something unexpected happened. The weapon charge on the human flagship began to dim. One council member collapsed into his chair from shock. Another cried. Another whispered, "They are listening, they are actually listening." But Roland wasn't sure. Humans didn't act slowly. They acted fast. Direct. With purpose. If they were silent, it meant they were deciding something huge. A calm, deep voice suddenly echoed through the council hall. Everyone froze. It was a human voice. Clear. Cold. Powerful. "Council," the voice said. "We received your broadcast." No one dared speak. The entire room listened as if the galaxy itself had paused. "We detected the sabotage. We identified the rogue faction's movements. And we confirmed the presence of a traitor among you." Roland felt the air turn colder. Humans knew. They had already scanned everything. In minutes. "We also identified the attackers," the human voice continued. "We are moving to eliminate them." Outside the window, human warships broke formation, fast, sharp, and perfectly synchronized. Like a giant sword slicing into space. The entire fleet shifted into attack mode, but not toward the Council planet. Toward deep space. Toward the hidden rogue faction. The Council members watched in awe as the human ships vanished into faster-than-light jumps, one after another, leaving behind shockwaves of bright blue light. They moved with terrifying precision, like a predator who finally found the real target. Only the human flagship remained. The voice returned. "Council. Next time danger rises, you will contact us sooner." Everyone stared at each other. The warning was gentle, but powerful. Humans hated deception, not mistakes. Trust mattered to them. And someone had tried to break that trust. "We will deal with the shattered star," the human commander said. "Stay out of our way." Then the flagship's engines roared. The ship turned, shaking the sky with its power, and disappeared into hyperspace with a flash that lit the entire horizon. Silence returned to the council hall. But it was not peaceful. Everyone knew the truth. If humans wanted revenge, the galaxy would tremble. And now the rogue faction was about to feel the full force of human fury. Roland looked at the empty sky and let out a breath he had been holding for too long. But the relief didn't last. His mind replayed the last words the wounded rogue soldier spoke on the moon base. "We were not the only ones." Roland felt a chill. If the shattered star had allies, if more factions were hiding, then this war was only the beginning. The spark had been lit. The shadows were moving again. And humans were now hunting with unstoppable purpose. Roland walked toward the window, watching the stars, knowing something dark still waited out there. Something bigger. Something smarter. Something patient. Humans were now involved. And once humans entered a fight, they did not stop until the universe was safe. Or until the enemy was gone forever. The story was not ending. It was only preparing for the next explosion.